Good morning, Grace. Okay, good morning. Yeah, good morning. I'm all around. Good morning. To start. I hope you are doing well, friend. Yeah, as we know, we are like in a very bad condition now. Can you listen my voice? Okay, good morning, Wisdom, Lakshmi. Okay, today, as I told you, we will that is in the kingdom of fools from the moments. So yesterday we have done boys. So whatever things left after completing this chapter, we will again continue. Okay, good morning, Anish. So we will continue the boys section after we complete this chapter. I will explain the chapter line by line. Yes, I have given yesterday. I have given you some homework, so that homework will be tell the answers when we will do. Again, we will start the boys section. Okay. Yes, good morning. I can see everyone. So everyone are here now, and let's start our chapter. So today we are going to start a chapter, a very interesting chapter in the kingdom of fools. Okay, so we know what is the meaning of fools, is not it? Yeah, fool we know, not the Hindi fool. Okay, it's fool, FOOL. Yeah, hi, good morning, Saidindi. So today we are going to start this new chapter in the Kingdom of Fool, and it's a very interesting chapter. So you just be attentive while explaining the chapter. It is actually written from A.K Ramanujan. He is actually a Canadian. Canada. He writes in Kannada and also in English. And this in the Kingdom of Fools is actually a it is actually taken from the book named Folk Tales from India. It is taken from a book that is Folk Tales of from India, and it is a Kannada folk tale written by A.K Ramanujan. Now, Kannada, you can take out your books, Moments book, and you can see page number 19 in your book. Okay, everyone, you have the book open, page number 19 in the Kingdom of Fools. Okay, so, okay, good morning, Shrishti. Yes, everyone, I can see everyone here. So, okay, you have opened your book, yeah, page number 19. Okay, so this In the Kingdom of Fools is actually a Kannada folk tale. Okay, Kannada, it is a regional language of Karnataka. Kannada is a regional language of Karnataka. And folktale. Now, what is the meaning of folktale? Folktale is actually a story which is passed from one generation to another. We have been hearing lots of stories from our grandparents also, isn't it? We used to like pass it to our next generation also. So similarly, this folktale is also passed from one generation to another generation. Okay, that is what the meaning of folktale is. And this is in the Kingdom of Fool is actually related with fools and all the people who are actually uh, it is actually said that fools are very dangerous. Yeah, we cannot actually take it very in a light manner. If we say, okay, this person is a foolish one, or he doesn't know anything, but we cannot take them very uh, we should actually take them seriously. It is not a matter of joke that this person is a fool. And here you can see in the book, it is believed that fools are so dangerous that only very wise people can manage them. And it is also believed that fools are very dangerous. They are actually dangerous. They can cause lots of trouble to the people. And it is only the very wise people, the very clever people can manage them properly. There should be some very clever people who can actually manage them. Otherwise, they will just ruin and destroy everything. The fools, they destroy everything. So this story is related with a foolish kingdom. Okay, a kingdom that is ruled by fool kings and ministers. And then what happened to that kingdom? What happened? How this foolish king and ministers they rule the kingdom, and what happened to the common people? Of course, when a foolish king will rule the kingdom, we cannot imagine a very good country or very good kingdom, isn't it? And okay, just I want to ask you, what kind of, if suppose if our country was ruled by kings and all, then what kind of king or minister do you actually imagine in your mind? Of course, we have a very good leadership, as we know here. Yeah, but still we have some imagination, isn't it? We all have some imagination that our leader should be such and such. He should do such and such. So just tell me what kind of ministers or kings you actually uh, imagine. Okay, reply it and then I will start the chapter. I'm waiting for your reply. What kind of, okay, cruel. Why, Vinay? Cruel. You want a cruel minister to rule your kingdom. And why? Okay. Okay, he has, okay, deleted. Okay, not cruel. Okay, tell me what kind of king or minister do you think to be ruled in your country? To be ruled by in your country. Okay. Abhishek Raman. Okay. Yeah, I'm waiting. Just give what you imagine about your the one who will lead your country. Of course, we have a very good leadership, we can say, but still we have some imagination. Brilliant minister, man. Yes, of course, we have a brilliant minister. I think so. Helpful, yeah. Okay, to fulfill all our needs. Okay, I think to fulfill all our needs will be little bit okay. Honest, yeah, that is true. Honest is uh, actually necessary, right? Okay, to fulfill all our needs. Of course, to fulfill all our needs, it's not so easy one. Okay, to help. Okay, helpful one. Priya has replied, yeah. We want a helpful minister or king's responsible person. Yes, of course, good minister, yeah. Okay, thank you, students. You have replied a lot. We have lots of imagery. We just have lots of imagination in our mind. We imagine to be such and such, and of course, till now we have a good leadership. So let's start our chapter that what kind of fools are there in this kingdom and how they actually, what happened in the story, how they actually rule the kingdom. Let's go towards it. So you can see, look at your book line by line. Okay, citing this about me. Okay, I also think that it should be actually. I have what leader we are actually having now. I am actually satisfied with this leader. Yes, of course, I'm very much satisfied with our leader, and actually, he's doing a very great job. He's actually helping us a lot. Uh, so, of course, I have the same one. Okay, so let's start now. It is believed that fools are so dangerous that only very wise people can manage them. It is actually thought that fools are very dangerous, and people believe that only wise people can manage them. So, who are the fools in the story? So, let's see who are the fools in the story and what happens to them. Okay. Okay. So now I will read the paragraphs, read the lines, sentence words line by line. You just look at your book. So in the kingdom of fools, both the king and the minister were idiots. They didn't want to run things like other kings, so they decided to change night into day and day into night. They ordered that everyone should be awake at night, till their fields, and run their business only after dark, and go to bed as soon as the sun came up. Anyone who disobeyed would be punished with death. The people did as they were told for fear of death. Okay, so now in the kingdom of fools, as we can see here, both the king and the minister were idiots. They were very fool. Fool people were actually ruling a kingdom. Even the king and the minister were idiots, and they didn't want to run the things like other kings, like what the other kings were doing at that time. Maybe they didn't want to run the things according to that. They want to change something. They want to do something unique, extraordinary. Uh, and so what they did, they decided that they will change night into day and day into night. Of course, we cannot change. We are human beings. We cannot change night into day or day into night, but they have actually changed the routine of the people. They have not changed night into day or day into night. They have changed the routine of the people. And of course, what we do at daytime, daytime means our working hours, is not it? Daytime, it means that our working hours, we do all our work at the day, in the daytime, and at night we just take rest, isn't it? So we do in that way. We work in that way. At the daytime, people go to office, people work in the fields, cows, birds. We can see the birds and cows grazing in the field, birds chirping. Yeah, we can see everything in the daytime, and people just move on towards their work and all. But at night, no one actually work. Yeah, at night no one works. They actually, night is for the rest time. The people who has worked hard the whole day, they just take rest at night. So now they want to change those things. They want to change this routine of the people. They want to change the routine, like they want to make the people sleep at daytime and work at nighttime. So this king and minister, they want to do uh, according to their own wish. They don't want to run the kingdom like other kings they have done. Okay, clear everyone? So now they ordered that everyone should be awake at night and till their fields. They cultivate. So they ordered the uh, to all the common people of the kingdom that they should awake at night. Okay, they should be awake at night, and they should cultivate their fields, and they should do their business and all, whatever one who actually goes to office or one who do the business and all. So they should do at the nighttime. Only after dark they can actually do the work, and go to bed as soon as the sun came up. And as soon as the sun rises, they should actually go to bed. So that was what the minister and the king have decided for their kingdom, for the people of his kingdom. Understood, everyone? If you have any doubt, you can just write in the comment section. Okay, I will just repeat the things again and again. It's very interesting and very easy story. There is no because it is actually written by some Indian writers, so it's very easier to understand also. Okay. Okay. So now anyone who disobeyed would be punished with death. So anyone who actually disobeyed them would be punished with death. So people are very much afraid of disobeying the uh, king and minister, because though there were some clever common people were there, but they can't do anything. They can't actually raise their voice in against of the king and the minister. So they don't have any option. So they have to obey the king and the minister, because if they will disobey them, they will be punished to death. So the people did as they were told for fear of death. So the people, they did according to the what the king and the minister do say. The king and the minister were delighted at the success of their project. And the king and the minister were very happy, successful at their project, that and the king and the minister were very happy that whatever their intentions were, they were successful in their intention. So they were very happy that the people are obeying them. So one day what happened? A guru and his disciple arrived in the. So one day a guru means you can say a saint, and his disciple and his student you can say, they arrived in the city. It was a beautiful city. It was broad daylight, but there was no one about. So as they arrived, they saw that it was a very beautiful city and it was the daytime. The sun was rising, but they cannot see a single person there. They cannot see a single person around the area. Everyone was asleep, not a mouse stirring. Even the cattle had been taught to sleep by day. So everyone were sleeping at that time. No one, even the mouse was also taught not to just stir up here and there in the daytime. Even the cattle had been taught to sleep by day, and even the cattle, the goat, the cows were taught to sleep by day. So the even the cattle, even the cow and goats, they followed the same rules. So the two strangers were amazed by what they saw around them. And these two people, this guru and the disciple, they were very much surprised to see that why people are not there, why a single people cannot be seen there, not even a cow or not even a goat or even a bird can be seen there. So why it is actually like that? They are very much surprised. They could not understand what is going on there. So what they saw around them and wandered around town till evening, and they just roam around the town till evening because they did not understood what was actually going on there. They could not see a single people there. So they just roam here and there till evening. When suddenly the whole town woke up and went about its nightly business. And suddenly they saw that as it was evening, as the sunset, and as the night started, they suddenly saw that the whole people woke up, the whole town woke up, and they started their work. They started doing their work. They can see the farmers, they are were cultivating the field. They can see the cows grazing in the field. They can see the people are working even. Uh, Everything started at the night time. So they were very much surprised that why this thing, because they found that this kingdom is very different from the other kingdom, and at the daytime people used to sleep and at night only people started their work. Okay, so the first paragraph completed. Do you have any doubt here? Have you understood or not? You just reply it yes or no. If yes, if you have understood, yes. If no, no. And then we will go to the another paragraph. Do you have any doubts here? Understood, everyone? Rupesh, Sangeeta, Siding the Vineet, no doubt. Okay, Priya. Okay, shall I proceed to the second paragraph? Okay, so yes, yeah, actually, yes, ring like that. Actually, this was actually taught to animals also that they should sleep at daytime and they will just wake up at night time. Okay, so it was taught to them. It is a story actually, yeah. Yeah, in that way they used to, like, this is a folk tale. Okay, it is actually not a real story, and this is just a folk tale. Like we also hear some stories from our grandparents and all. No, like these things happen. Like if we not understand, okay, Priya, I will just repeat the thing again. Okay, so like what happened? No, this is a folk tale. It is just a story. Yeah, it is actually there is nothing related with real life and all. But this is a story just to make us a little bit enjoyable one. Like we used to hear some stories from our grandparents and all. No, like about the magics and all. But in real life that there is no magic and all happen, isn't it? Yeah, we hear some magics about the ghost and all stories about the ghost, but in real life it doesn't happen. So similarly, these things are only, it is a story, okay? It is a folk tale, just a story that was passed from one generation to another. Okay, there is nothing reality here. Actually, it doesn't happen like this, but it is just a thought of a writer that if suddenly these things happen, if suddenly a kingdom is ruled by a foolish king, then what will happen? It will be like this thing, this situation may arise with us also if suddenly it happens. It is just an imagination of the writer. Okay, clear everyone? Okay, I will repeat the first paragraph as Priya has not understood. Okay, in the first paragraph, it is like we found a kingdom of fool, where the king and the minister they rule a kingdom, and they want to rule according to their wish. They want to change some rules and regulation of the kingdom, as they want to change. They do not want to do the same thing as other kingdom they used to do. Other kings they used to do. So what they did, they just changed the day into night and night into day. That means they have not changed the night and day, they have changed the routine of the people. As we know, what we do at the daytime, we used to work, is not it? And at night, we used to take rest. So, similarly, here also the king ordered everyone that when the daytime will start, everyone should sleep. Everyone should take rest. No one will be seen around the street and all. No one will be seen working in the fields and all. And when the night will start, so everyone will start their business, their works and all. And in that way, the common people has to follow the order of the king and the minister, because they do not have some any other choice. They put to death. Okay, they will be punished till to death. So in this way, the things were going on in that kingdom. And one day, suddenly, two people arrive in the kingdom. That is a guru and disciple, and they were very much surprised as they arrived at the daytime. It was the daytime, and it was a very beautiful place. So they were very attracted towards the beauty of the place, but they were surprised to see that no single people can be seen around anywhere. Even they cannot see a single cows or goats or any other animals there. So they were very surprised that why people are sleeping at the daytime, and they don't have anything to do, so they just roam around the area that day, the kingdom that day. And suddenly when the night start, they saw that every people started, they just wake up, they started their own work. People started their own business. Farmers, they started cultivating the fields and all. So in this way the work started, and the king and the disciple were very much like surprised. Okay, clear everyone? Yes. Have you understood, Priya? Okay. Okay. So, okay. Now, the second paragraph. The two men were hungry. Now that the shops were open, they went to buy some groceries. To their astonishment, they found that everything cost the same, a single duddu. Whether they bought a measure of rice or a bunch of bananas, it cost the duddu. The Guru and his disciple were delighted. They had never heard of anything like this. They could buy all the food they wanted for a rupee. Okay, so now next what happened? The two men were hungry. Now these two men, the king and the guru and the disciple, they were very much hungry, because the whole day they were roaming here and there. There was not even a single shop open at that time. And now that when the shops were open, they just went to buy some groceries. They bought some groceries from there, and they were and one thing they found it very surprising. They were very much surprised to see that whatever they buy, whatever whatever things they buy, they cost the same amount, a single duddu. Duddu is actually a money in Kannada language. Okay, it is a money in Kannada language. We say like rupee and all. So similarly in Kannada, they say duddu, a single rupee. Okay, so they found it very surprising that whatever they buy, it costs the same, a single rupee, whether they bought a measure of rice or a bunch of bananas. So if they bought a measure of rice or a bunch of bananas, any big any big things, any big product, but all this actually meaning of duddu means it is actually rupee. Rupee, okay? It is in Kannada language. Rupee means duddu in Kannada language. Okay, silently. So whatever they buy, it costs the same. Okay. So now it costs a duddu. So everything costs a single rupee. For 1 rupee, like if I buy a bunch of bananas, I will pay 1 rupee. If I buy a 1 kilo of rice, I will pay 1 rupee. Or if I buy 2 liters of milk, I will pay 1 rupee. So same. Okay. Meaning of duddu is rupee. Okay. 1 rupee. Clear? Okay. So it cost the same. So the guru and the disciple were very delighted. Of course, everyone will be very happy if you will just take one single rupee and go to the single rupee. Everyone will get that. Everyone will grab that opportunity uh, to buy and everything. Is not it? Even we will be very happy if even we will be very happy if we just go to the market and we see that everything costs a single rupee. We will actually grab everything from the market. Is not it? Yeah. Yes. So they were very much happy also. So they thought that it is very uh, yes, the prices were same. Yeah. Yeah, ring like that. The prices were same. If you buy 2 kilo also the same. If you buy 3 kilo also same. Whatever you buy, the same prices were given, should be given. Okay. So they were very much happy. So they thought that okay, this is a very good chance to like stay here and buy all the products and eat whatever they like. So they had never heard of anything like this. They have never thought that like this can happen in some place, in some area. They have never thought that anything can be happen like that. They could buy all the food they wanted for a rupee. They can buy all the food for a rupee. So it was very good for them. They were just they had yes I can okay Nisha Sahu, our student. I think so. Thanks, ma'am. Okay, cool. You are most welcome, Nisha. It's very nice to see you here. Okay, so everything clear? Okay, then I will just go to the next paragraph. Okay. So now, when they had cooked and eaten, the Guru realized that this was a kingdom of fools and it wouldn't be a good idea for them to stay there. This is no place for us. Let's go, he said to his disciple. But the disciple didn't want to leave the place. Everything was cheap here. All he wanted was good, cheap food. So now, as the guru and disciple, they bought the things and they cooked and eaten as they were very much hungry, so they didn't have much time to think about it why these things are happening. But as they were very hungry, they brought the food and all. They cooked it and eat it, and suddenly the guru he realized that this was a kingdom of fool. He realized that this kingdom is ruled by a very fool king or fool people, and it wouldn't be a very good idea to stay here for a long period. They might get problem here if they will stay here. If they will think, if they will be, they will think of their own enjoyment and the good opportunity to grab it, and suddenly someday they will fall in some problems. So the guru, he was actually a clever person. He realized that they should not stay there for a long period of time. Otherwise, anything can happen. So he said, this is no place for us. He said to his disciple, let's go. As it is not a place for us, we should not stay here for a long time. And he said to his disciple, but the disciple didn't want to leave the place. But the disciple, he didn't want to leave the place because the disciple has not understood the things properly. Okay, Vinit. Only king was full, or the all people of the kingdom were full. Actually, what happened if the king is full? If whatever actually the king, as they rule the kingdom, they just gave some orders for the rules and regulations. They make some rules and regulations, right? So here we cannot we can say that yes, because of king and the minister, as already in the first paragraph I have told you, the people, if they disobey the king, then they will be punished to death. So no choice for the common people. Okay. So then the disciple, as the disciple, he cannot see the future, that what is going to be happen in the future. He was thinking that just to grab this opportunity, just to enjoy this time. But the guru, he was clever. He can see the future also. So he thought that it will be better to leave the place. But the disciple, he do not want to leave the place. And he said that everything was cheap here. All he can get good food in a very less amount, in a very less price. He can get a very good food, good product. So now the disciple, he do not want to leave the place. So now the guru said, they are all fools. This won't last very long, and you can't tell what they will do to you next. So the guru wants to uh, explain the disciple very properly that this is a kingdom of fool. They should not stay here for a long time, and these things will not actually last for long, because suddenly this king can change their rules and regulation at any time, at any moment. There you, and even you will not realize what is going to be happen next. You cannot even tell what is going to happen next. So the guru, he wants to make the disciple understand about the fact, but the disciple, as he do not want to understand, because he only want to like enjoy the moment, because he is getting very good food. And this disciple, he is actually little bit, he's a foodie person. He likes food a lot. And when he found that okay, every good food can be bought at a very less amount, so he was happy, and he didn't listen to his guru. Clear, everyone? Wanted to stay. The guru finally gave up and said, do what you want, I'm going, and left. The disciple stayed on, ate his fill every day, bananas and ghee and rice and wheat, and grew fat like a street side sacred bull. So now the disciple, he would not listen to his guru's wisdom, as the guru was very wise and clever, and he explained it very properly, but the disciple doesn't want to listen to him. So the disciple wanted to stay in the kingdom of full. So at last, the guru, he finally gave up, uh, giving him explanation about the thing, and he said that okay, do whatever you want to do. I'm just going here. I'm leaving from here. I do not want to leave here, and then he left. The guru left the disciple there. As guru, he know that there might be some problem. He will fall in some problem. And then the disciple stayed on, and then he enjoyed every moment, eating whatever he liked, bananas and ghee and rice and wheat. He ate every food he liked a lot. He is a foodie person. And then after some day, of course, eating and eating, you know what happens, isn't it? One will become very fat. And now the same thing is happening. We don't have any work. We are having food. We are sitting simply. So sometimes you try to do some exercise and all, don't become fat and all. It will be very like difficult for one. Okay, so he grew fat like a street side sacred bull. You know sacred bull? Can you listen me? Can you listen me? If you can listen me, please reply. Are you listening me? Okay. Okay. You can listen me, yeah? Okay, so I will continue it. Okay, sacred bull. You know what is the meaning of sacred bull? Sacred bull, like you can say, we sometimes we just the male cow. You can say ox, yeah, ox. Actually, the male one, like we say, no, see, no, or all that is actually left in the street, no, by worshipping and all by the Hindu people, of course, by the Hindu community. Yeah. So that is what sacred bull is. And so now he became very fat like a sacred bull because he was enjoying his food, because he was getting the food in a very low price. Yeah. So in that way the things were going on and he was just enjoying his time eating food and all. Okay. So in that way the this paragraph ends. So do you have any confusion here? Okay, so then one bright day, a thief broke into a rich merchant's house. Okay, I will start the other paragraph. If you have understood, just reply yes. Have you understood? Okay, have you understood? Just reply it yes. Okay. Okay, Yuvraj. Okay. You have any doubt, Yuvraj? Okay, then we can just move on to another paragraph. One bright day, a thief broke into a rich merchant's house. He had made a hole in the wall and sneaked in, and as he was carrying out his loot, the wall of the old house collapsed on his head and killed him on the spot. So one bright day, what happened? Suddenly, a thief broke into a rich merchant's house. A thief just get inside a rich merchant's house. Merchant, you can say a businessman. Um, he had made a hole in the wall and sneaked in, and he has actually made a hole in the wall and he had sneaked in from there. And as he was carrying out his load, and from there he just collected all the like jewelry and all his things, uh, and he was just going outside carrying all his loads. And suddenly what happened? The wall of that old house, it collapsed. It broke on his head and killed him on the spot. So this thief, the thief who has actually get inside the rich merchant house, and then he had collected all the jewelry and all, and as he was just coming out, suddenly the wall of the old house, it collapsed, it broke on his head, and he was killed on the spot. His brother ran to the king and complained, "Your Highness, when my brother was pursuing his ancient trade, a wall fell on him and killed him. This merchant is to blame. He should have built a good strong wall. You must punish the wrongdoer and compensate the family for the injustice." Now, as the thief was dead, his brother, he just ran to the king and he just complained. Okay, meaning of sneak means just to look the things as before, like the thief before entering the house, what he had done, he had just made a hole on a wall, a small hole on a wall, just to peep on it, that where the things are kept. And after, when he got the chance, he just get inside the house. He got inside the house. Sneak, okay? झांक के देखना, we can say in Hindi. Okay, so his brother, as the thief was dead, his brother, he just went to the king and complained the king about how this incident happened. He said that, your highness, okay, highness, when my brother, he was just saying, just making a story. Actually, the thief has your highness, okay. This is actually addressed to the king, okay, your highness. So he said that when his brother, he was just pursuing his ancient trade, he actually told the king that his brother was pursuing his ancient trade. It was not his ancient trade. He was actually stealing the things from a merchant house. It's not it. He was not actually taking out his ancient trade, means you can say like the things that were actually kept by your grandparents for you, the ancient things. It's not it. That the property, your property. So here, that was not the property of that thief. It was, he was not taking out his own property. He was actually stealing someone else's property. And suddenly a wall fell on him and it killed him. And he said that, and when he was actually taking out his ancient trade, whatever his properties and all his jewelry or things and all, and a wall fell on him and it killed him, and the wall killed him. This merchant is to blame. And then the brother, he said that, and this merchant is the one who is responsible for this. He should have built a strong wall. And he said that he should actually have built that strong wall. He has not built a strong wall, and because of this merchant, today my brother is dead. Here, that the merchant has made the wall very weak, and because of that, the his brother was dead as it fell on his body. So you must punish the wrongdoer and compensate the family for the injustice. And then he said that you should actually punish the one who is the one who has done the wrong, who has actually killed my brother, and you have to pay something to the family for this injustice. You have to pay his family. Wrongdoer means the one who has done the wrong things. No, wrongdoer, the one who has done the wrong thing. Okay, citing this. Like here, actually, the merchant is the merchant. Should we blame the merchant here? Yes or no? You just reply. Should we blame the merchant here? We blame the merchant here. Just reply. Yes. No, we should not blame the merchant here. Actually, yeah, it is the thief itself. But here, as we know that this is the kingdom of soul, so of course the king will not actually see the right or wrong. He will go according to his wish. Okay. So now it was all done. That now justice should be done. Now the yes, no, yes, the merchant is not the one who is to be blamed. Yeah. So now what the king will do next? What king will do? He will listen to the thief's brother, or he will see what is right and wrong. Okay, let's see what happens. So the king said, justice will be done. And the king, of course, the foolish king, he says that, okay, we will do the justice. Now what kind of justice they will do? Don't worry. And at once summon the owner of the house. Compensate means to pay them. Okay, to pay the king. Now he said that. Understood the meaning of compensate? Yeah. Yes or no? Like when someone is dead, so to look after the family, the king has to give them something, isn't it? So the king has to give them something so that they can actually live their life properly, as there is no one to look after them. Yes. So now he at once told he's told that the owner should be called. Someone means the owner was called that in the kingdom. So now uh, the owner means the merchant. Merchant will be called in the kingdom, and now what they will do? As he has said that he will do the justice. Um, Justice. Now, what justice he will do? So it was told to the ministers that the workers of the kingdom to call the owner of the house, that is the merchant. So he was called by the king. Uh, till we will continue, or let's stop today. What do you think? Let's stop today, or let's continue. Okay. So I think it will be enough for today, isn't it? So you just read, continue. We will stop there. Okay. Okay. We will stop. Let's continue this page only. We will continue this page. Yeah. Okay. So when the merchant arrived, the king questioned him, "What's your name?" So the merchant arrived at the king's place, and then the king asked him what his name is. "Such and such, your highness." So here the exact name is not given. He said, "Okay, such and such. My name is such and such." Such and such is not the name. It is just it is not actually given the name. So okay, the merchant he said that my name is such and such. "Were you at home when the dead man burgled your house?" And then the king asked, "So were you at home when the king actually robbed your house?" Burgle means robbed. Okay. "Yes, my lord. He broke in, and the wall was weak. It fell on him." And then the merchant he said that, "Yes, yes, my lord means addressing the king. He just broke in. He just get inside the house, and as the wall was so weak that it fell on him." Uh, so the merchant he just explained the thing. He said whatever it is correct. He said, "Yes, this person he get inside my house and he tried to rob my house, and while he just was robbing the things, as the wall was so weak that it fell on him and he was killed." Okay, I think everyone wants to stop here. So let's stop till here. The other part we will continue tomorrow. Okay. At the same time, we will continue. If you have any doubt regarding this chapter, you can ask me in the group. Okay. Okay. Thank you, everyone.